Hello and welcome to Welsh Memorial Field in Millis, Massachusetts on Friday, September 8th for SportView's award-winning production of Holliston Panther Football 2017, found only on HCAT TV. Tonight, the Panthers kick off the season facing the defending Super Bowl champion, Millis Mohawks. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is the color man who was born ready for the opening kickoff, the legend, Jay Wyman. Jay, this is it. The 2017 season is here. No more scrimmages. The Panther football season starts for real. What do you think we can expect to see tonight?
All right, I'm going to see a couple of things. You're going to see a very big and talented Millis team out there tonight, and you're going to see a lot of speed from Holliston tonight. And I think it's going to be the classic battle. Though Holliston does have their own size, but I think it's going to be the classic battle of size versus speed tonight. Now, there is the big player missing for Millis tonight, Pine, who is their all-everything, one of the top recruited guys in the whole country right now. He's not going to be playing tonight, but Holliston's still going to have their hands full. But I think this is going to be a game where you're going to see a lot of offense and a lot of different plays from Holliston.
Captains are out for the opening coin toss for Holliston, number 34, senior Ben Thomas, number 53, senior Alex Kelly, number 54, William Solorier, senior captain Ryan Benko, number 4, and junior captain number 72, Scott Elliott. Panthers last season had a record of 9-2 on the year, averaging 33 points a game. Their head coach, Todd Kiley, in his 14th season with Holliston, has a record of 124 wins, 37 losses. He is 11-1 versus Millis in his career. For the Millis Mohawks last season, they were Super Bowl champs in Division 4A. Millis was 10-3, averaging 26 points a game. Their head coach, Dana Olson, in his 4th season with a record of 25-10. He is 0-2 against the Panthers. Holliston will receive the ball and we'll be back with the opening kick in just a moment. And now, statistician on HCAT's team, Carlos Canto, with the pregame lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. Always exciting to start a new season of Panthers football. Last year when these two teams played, it was a pretty comfortable win for the Panthers. But 2 years ago, it was a barn burner, 22-21. Panthers coming away with the win. Very late touchdown and 2-point conversion to win the game. Just an amazing game from quarterback Jack Barrett, 11 of 21, 145 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air. He also had 95 yards rushing on 17 carries to lead the way for the Panthers. So let's see what happens again as we travel out to Millis for another exciting game between the Mohawks and the Panthers.
Thank you, Los. Number 8, Brad Seymour, and number 3, Mike Nash, back to receive the kick for Holliston. Andrew Brooks' kick goes to Nash on the left side. Brings it across the 25 to close to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start 1st and 10. Panther offense 2017 is led by senior captain number 4, Ryan Benko. Get the rest of the numbers in just a moment. Panthers played well last week, beating Framingham in a controlled scrimmage. This is our first look at them this year. And they come out in the war formation. And actually in war formation, now they back out the spread formation. Benko has number 32, Dylan Ibbotson, the sophomore, to his right. Bring Nash in motion, fake to him. Benko goes down the middle, and he had Seymour open by a step or two, but incomplete.
Yeah, that's the speed we're going to see tonight. We're going to see that all over the field. He's going to throw deep. He's going to throw short. And even the intermediate throws, you're going to see as players cut across the field. Holliston just has tremendous number of players with a lot of speed, and they're going to use that advantage that they have throughout this ball game.
Triple receivers to the right. Number 5, Jake Armstrong. Number 6, senior Kevin Quinn. And 8, Brad Seymour are to the right of the formation. Nash, number 3, to the left. Benko rolls to his right out of the pocket. Tucks the ball. And he's got a first down as he crossed the 40-yard line to the 43.
And again, to go back to that thing about speed, that's where you get somebody as fast and athletic as Ryan Benko is. Very smart ball player too, Tom. He, really he can read and understand what's going on out there, and he can see. He was in that place. He was able to pull the ball down and get around the corner for a first down.
Well, that's the kind of athleticism we've seen from Benko in the preseason. 1st and 10 for Holliston. Handoff that was to Ibbotson, 32, but he was met right away. Loss of 1 on the play. Up front for the Panthers, number 72, Scott Elliott, number 54, Will Salorier, number 53, Alex Kelly, number 55, John Canal, number 57, Will Crowley is your center. Two receivers to both sides of the formation. Benko with the reverse handoff goes nowhere on second down, and that'll bring up 3rd down for Holliston.
Well, good push by that Millis defensive line. They have a lot of size in there, and they use it very well. This, it's amazing with the numbers they have in this town. How many really big kids they have, big strong kids, and they're out here. And so Holliston's going to have to play the edge a little bit. You got to test that middle once in a while, but their best work's probably going to be done out on the edges.
So 3rd down and 14 for Holliston. Benko rolls left, has to step up in the pocket, fires. Incomplete. Not sure. I think that was intended for Seymour. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and Coach Kiley going to be forced to punt here with 9:19 to go in the first quarter.
Well, you move the ball a little bit, and then you had the two plays of trying to test the center of that defense. And you got to, even though they are big, you really got to go at them at least a couple times to make them at least have to respect that run.
Topher Ryan, number 43, with the punt. It's going to come down right at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Mohawks will take over 1st and 10. We'll talk about the size of these Mohawk linemen, Jay. A lot of good athletes have come out of this program, going on to play at the Division I level. John Baker is the starting center for BC. I know he's a little banged up right now, but last year Danny Fallon went to Villanova on a scholarship, and as you mentioned, Kevin Pine, number 75, he's got a couple of scholarships in hand, just a sophomore. Quarterback for the Mohawks, number 5, Latosek. He's chased from the pocket, fires downfield. Good coverage there by number 24. That's sophomore Mitch Gimblett. Bryce Latosek, the senior, last year passed for almost 2,700 yards, 29 touchdowns, which was 4th best in the state.
Now, he's got a good set of receivers this year, but last year he had one of the best in the state, Brian Espinette. And Brian went on, I believe, he's up at UMaine now.
Yes. So 2nd down and 10 for the Mohawks. Empty backfield for Latosek.
Oh, this movement there.
Latosek, and the ball is on the ground.
Holliston got it, I believe.
And it's going to be recovered by Millis.
Interesting.
But a loss of 5 or 6 on the play. Let's see where they mark it.
And right off the bat, you see this Holliston defense coming in very aggressive. I love this. I love what you're doing there. Is come at him aggressively. Make Latosek throw the ball either when he doesn't want to, or at least be uncomfortable when he is throwing it.
So 3rd down and 16 for Millis. Latosek with the handoff to Hopkins, 33. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, close to the 30, but short of a first down. And Millis is going to be forced to punt. Kurt Hopkins, number 33 there, he had 1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns. Coach Olson hoping to balance out his attack this year.
Well, Coach Olson was looking for a real quick score early on in this ball game, and he wasn't able to get it that time around.
Punt goes to the right. Nash is going to chase it back. Able to scoop it up, but that's going to be close to the Panther 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mike Nash, I'm not sure if he actually touched that ball. It looked like he might have touched it. That's why he ran back to get it. $7:51 left to go in the first quarter. No score. Holliston in their second possession.
Last year, Holliston with a very balanced attack, 356 yards a game, 55% running, 45% passing. Although Coach Kiley always says we take what the defense gives us. Benko steps up in the pocket, fires. Little high, incomplete. Intended for Ryan, number 43.
Well, they're getting these. The receivers are getting open. You know, they are getting some separation from the defensive players. So that's good news right now.
Second down and 10. Good blitz by the Mohawks, and Benko is brought down for a loss.
Well, you know, as you said, Tom, these guys were state champions last year. They returned something like 18 players or something like that. And, you know, so this is good. This is a good, solid club. They know what they're doing. They're well coached, and they have a lot of confidence. And they really want this game tonight. They really want to beat Holliston.
Yeah, Coach Olson, very excited about the season, bringing back 18 players, 18 seniors on this squad. Most of them were starters last year. So third down and 17 for Holliston. Benko on the quarterback draw. And he picks up about 7 yards, but that's going to bring up fourth down and 10.
You know, we saw Ryan Benko and his receivers work in the passing league this year, and they did a nice job. They had some really nice games in that league, and you know, we saw him against Franklin, which is a good ball club. We didn't see it against Natick, but Natick's a very strong club, and they felt they did well against Natick. And Framingham last week, they really just kind of blew out. But this team in Millis, I think, might be as good as maybe even the Natick team.
Ryan's kick, a high one. Fair catch called for and taken by Millis, P.J. Adams. But they're going to have good field position, the Mohawks, as they'll start first and 10 on the Panthers side of the field. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to put the ball down at the 41-yard line of Holliston.
And now they settled in. You can probably expect a little more running here in this set of downs from Millis. They have a really strong running back, and we've got good offensive line.
Latosik over the middle. Sort of a center screen there, but number 53, senior captain Alex Kelly, leading tackler on the Panthers last year with 72, was there to make the tackle along with number 5, Jake Armstrong.
Boy, I'm really surprised, Tom. I thought he'd come out after that first set of downs, just try and run the ball right at Holliston, but for some reason he's not doing it. An empty backfield again.
So second down and 9 for Millis. 3 receivers to Latosik's left, 2 to the right. Latosik goes down the middle, incomplete, intended for Brooks. Up front for the Panthers right now, number 54, Will Soloria, number 75, senior Riley McGettigan, and number 51, sophomore David Harding. We got a timeout on the field with 5 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter. No score here at Welsh Memorial Field. We'll take a quick break. All right, Millis takes the line, 3rd down and 9. Empty backfield for Latosic. Here come the Panthers. Latosic fires. Oh, Alex Kelly wished he had that one back.
Well,
Alex breaks up the play.
2 plays ago, Alex Kelly blew in and just blew up the play by forcing Latosic to throw early. That time, Holliston had, I believe it was Will Crowley that came in. And Holliston they're blitzing. They're finding the openings in that offensive line, and they're coming through. They're not giving Latosic any time at all.
Andrew Brooks, number 24, back to punt for Millis. Seymour back to receive the kick. He's got it around the 10-yard line, finds some room up the middle. A flag flies. Seymour breaks another tackle and finds some open room. And finally, it's Brooks who brings him down at the 50. But
I think
there's a flag way back.
I think this one may be coming back. Let's see.
So nice run by Brad Seymour.
Oh, they're picking up the flag? Oh, no, it's coming back, I guess. Seymour, again, on these special teams and stuff, and keep going back to this the speed differential here, and that's what gives Holliston a great advantage, especially on their special teams.
So a block in the back against Holliston will be half the distance to the goal. Put the ball on the 5. Call it the 5-yard line. Yeah, it's on the 5. So Panthers will be backed up to start their 3rd offensive series. And it looks like Coach Kiley is sending in his war package. And then coming into quarterback number 11, Henry Naughton, the junior, comes in at quarterback.
Boy, this is going to be pure power against pure power.
Mike Nash on the right wing. Jake Armstrong on the left. Pitches to Armstrong. He picks up a few yards inside. So they mark it. A 2nd down and 8 for Holliston. Interesting, they move guard Alex Kelly back to fullback as where he played last year and bring in number 50, Dan Lynch.
Yeah, that gives him an extra really solid blocker.
Sam Lynch, excuse me, into guard. They go again to Armstrong, who passes it. It's complete. And he connects. Number 8, Brad Seymour with the catch.
Well, good for Brad, because after a 46-yard punt return got called back, it's nice to see him get that 1st down. That's a nice play, and we haven't seen that play come out of there before where the running back ends up throwing the ball like that. But nicely done by Holliston. And what they did is they're playing off the aggressiveness of Millis.
So 1st down and 10 at the 32-yard line. All right, with the 27-yard line. Nash on the carry, short gain. Be 2nd down and 7. Ibbotson into the game, 32. Number 7, Matt O'Connell comes in at tight end. So Naughton with the handoff to Nash. Nash with some room. Makes a nice move as he crosses the 45, puts his shoulder down, and he's got another Panther 1st down.
Yeah, great blocking by the left-hand side of that offensive line for Holliston. Really nice job. And Mikey Nash is so fast. He was able to get that corner, turn the corner, and there was just one man there left for him to beat. If he got by him, it would have been all over. Nice run by Mike Nash and a nice job by the left side of that offensive line.
Panthers getting close to midfield at the 47. 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in this first quarter. No score here in Millis. So Seymour on the right wing. They go and reverse it. Armstrong to Seymour. Seymour's got a first down and more as he's inside Millis territory. And the Panthers are on the march with another first down.
We're seeing a lot of conventional plays being done out of this war formation, and what it's done is it's drawn that whole defense in. You know, Millis has seen the war enough, so much in fact that when Holliston first went into it, they even yelled out war. We're going to get timeout here.
Got a timeout with the ball on the 35, and we'll take a break. All right, Panthers break the huddle. 2:45 to go here in this first quarter. Panthers started this drive on their own 5. They're now on the Millis 35-yard line. Seymour on the right wing, Armstrong on the left. Pitches to Armstrong, and the whistle blows.
Yeah, Holliston moved a little too early there.
So
but as I was going to say, Tom, this conventional offense kind of coming with reverses and passes out of the backfield and everything coming out of the war. What that does, the war, as I was starting to say, Millis understands the war. They've seen it enough. They even call it when they go in it, and they bring all that defense in. Well, now Holliston, as they always do, they're going to take what the defense gives them, right? So they're going to take those outside with their great speed.
Pitch to Armstrong, tries the right side, but he gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Coach Kiley goes to his spread offense now here on 2nd down and 15. Benko back in the game. Armstrong split right with Seymour in the slot. Quinn to the left with Nash split wide to the left.
Blitz is on.
Benko, short pass, bubble screen on the left-hand side. And Quinn with the catch. Gain of 2.
Sorry about that. Screen's a really nice call against this. A very, very aggressive defense here. And they're coming. They're throwing everything they can at Holliston. And Holliston's offensive line right now is holding up pretty well, especially in that when they were in the war formation.
So 3rd and 13 for Holliston. Here comes the blitz from Millis. Benko able to step up and get away. He finds some room over in front of the Millis bench. Pushed out of bounds at the... We got a little scuffle going on over there. I didn't see any flags, though.
Well, he got him enough at least to make it a reasonable 4th down, and obviously Holliston will be going for it here.
Benko looks like he got to the 25-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 5.
And again, it's that aggressiveness now. You can't rely on Ryan to do that all the time, but when they're so aggressive attacking from that left side, he was able to escape one blitzer, and that whole left side kind of opened up, and he saw it and was able to get some yardage out of it.
And we got a timeout with 1:17 to go in the first quarter, no score, and we'll take a break. A beautiful night for football here on opening night. Holliston against Millis, 4th and 5 for the Panthers. They'd really like to convert on this drive. Ibbotson moves to Benko's right. Nash in motion. Benko throws to the right to Nash, and he is going to be close to a first down. Coach Perry signals he's got it. Let's wait for the referee.
There's a flag on the play.
Personal foul.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer against Millis.
So that'll add another probably half the distance to the goal here for Holliston.
They made a first down close to the 20-yard line. Let's see him step off this penalty, but Panthers are going to be in the red zone for the first time tonight.
And Holliston's going to the war offense.
And the Panthers will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in this first quarter. No score, but the Panthers are on the doorstep.
This will be interesting to see how they do this. See if they're going to just go straight war, if they got other plays coming out of it.
And they are setting up with the war offense, Naughton in a quarterback. Nash on the right wing. Looks like Armstrong on the left. Handoff inside to Armstrong. And he makes some yardage inside the 10.
He's down.
He drives to the 5-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 4.
See Bill Mayer down there in the chain gang for over here for Millis. Nice to have one of our guys down there.
One of our honest guys.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd down and 4. They go to fake to Armstrong, give it to Nash on the end around. And he gets tackled for a loss on the play. And that's they mark that back as -4. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 9.
But the quarter will end here.
And that is the last play of the first quarter. So after 1, no score here at Millis. And it's time for Coach's Corner, brought to you by HollistonFootball.com. All Panthers, all the time. Andrea Murphy does a great job with the Panther website. Has all the players' pictures up on it. You want to check it out. Coach Kiley had a couple of quotes in the paper. There's a lot of new faces this year, he said. I feel like the talent and potential is there. The commitment is there. This is a hungry group. Now it's just about going out there, having some fun, and seeing this hard work come to fruition. Coach Olson said about his team, he says, health has got it. We have to stay healthy. With our numbers being low, we've got to try and create some depth. I'm not going to put a freshman out there who's not ready. Aside from that, offensively, we should be able to run a little bit more. Defensively, I just want to continue to be aggressive. Well, you certainly see that aggression tonight as Millis has been sending people on just about every pass play.
Oh, and I love it. That's football. And, you know, you really like it when somebody gets that aggressive. And it's going to be up to Holliston to be able to use that aggression against Millis and make them overrun some plays and make them catch them a little bit out of position, or maybe snap the ball quickly if somebody's offsides, those types of things. So Holliston's got their hands full with Millis, but right now it's Holliston on the march.
So a big 3rd down for the Panthers with the ball on the 10-yard line. 3rd down and 8, call it. Benko's got Ibbotson behind him. He steps up to his left. 2 receivers to both sides of the formation. Benko steps, fires to the corner. Incomplete. Just overthrew Armstrong. That'll bring up 4th down. The Panthers will take another shot at the end zone here. Holliston started this drive all the way back on their own 5-yard line.
Well, they've overcome a couple penalties already on this drive. Let's see if they can overcome this latest one that they've had here.
So Nash and Quinn are the receivers to the left. Armstrong split wide to the right. Seymour with his hand in the dirt as like a tight end spot. And a blitz coming, and we have a whistle.
Well, that's a procedure against Holliston.
And a procedure penalty against the Panthers. So goes from being 4th down and 8 to 4th and 13. Not really a big deal when you're down this close to the goal line, Jay.
Well, ironically, you know, you get 5 more yards to play with down here, and, you know, you obviously would want to be as close as you can to the goal line. But in a situation like this gives Holliston with their plays that sometimes take a little more time to develop, and a more spread out gives them a little more room to play in.
And Holliston wants a timeout. 10:53 to go in this first half. We'll take a break.
At the end of that first quarter, the Panthers just dominating the time of possession. 8.5 to 2.5 minutes for the Panthers. They've held the Millis offense to only 1 total yard of offense.
Well, Holliston has been doing it on the defense. Right now they needed to do it on the offense with the ball on the 13-yard line. They could technically get a first down. Benko rolls right, throws back to Ibbotson, and he is hit for a short gain. And the Panthers will turn it over on downs after driving from their own 5-yard line. So, bit of a victory there for the Mohawks there, as it looked like Holliston really was going to put the first points on tonight.
Yeah, and there's a couple things that Lowe's came up with, and one thing that you had mentioned, Tom, earlier, that Coach Olson had said, is that Holliston controlling that that clock and keeping that Millis defense on the out in the field for a long period of time. With that small numbers that they have, sometimes you can get a little tired around the fourth quarter. We'll see if that's going to really affect them at all.
1st and 10 from the 11. They hand it off to Kurt Hopkins. Fights his way forward and picks up a first down.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of expected them to do from the beginning of the game. Now, they tried to score earlier, a couple of quick passing plays, and didn't get much out of it. But with this offensive line, and the other thing is, too, again, he wants to give his defense as much rest as possible. He's going to try and run the ball a little bit and take some time off the clock here.
Latosic with a man in motion, hands off to Hopkins on 2nd down. But the Panthers, with a good job there, some good penetration by the Holliston defense. Finally, McGettigan in on the tackle. Coach Olson said, I think we could actually be better than last year. All our talent is back as far as hitting the ground running. I feel like those guys are in a great spot. Our guys know the system.
2nd and just a long 9 here for Millis.
Hopkins to Latosic's left. Latosic fires on the slant play, complete to number 24, Andrew Brooks. Tackled by Nash, and he's got a first down at the 35-yard line.
You know, another thing I'm seeing out here is Latosic is looking for the ref. Now, the ref will give him a signal when there's 10 seconds left to go, and he's looking for that signal. It kind of looks like they're trying to milk the clock a little bit here. I'm sure we'll see if it continues to do that.
Hillier in motion, handoff to Hopkins. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, and the Panthers swarm him under.
Nice job by the Panther defensive line and those linebackers. 8:40 left to go in the first half, no score.
Number 17, Sean Keast, looked like he was in on that tackle. Somebody else had really made some penetration, and Hopkins had to spin off of that initial hit.
He's a good runner, Hopkins. He's got a lot of experience, and he knows what he's doing back there.
2nd down and 9 for the Mohawks. 8:14 to go in the first half. Latosic fires off to Hillier on the left-hand side. He makes his way up the sidelines into Panther territory, and another first down. Gimblett on the tackle, number 24.
See, once you start running the ball, then the fake on the run is the Holliston has to really respect that, and by doing that, that frees up some of those other backs and ends coming out of the backfield.
This time they hand off to number 23, Dominic Zanfrelli, the junior, on the jet play. He picks up about 4 yards, 2nd down and 6.
Well, Holliston had their nice set of downs where they came about 90 yards. Didn't score, but now it looks like Millis is trying to do the same thing.
Latosic fires out into the flat to Hopkins. He picks up about 5 yards. He's going to be short, third down and a yard and a half.
Yeah, if this is not Hopkins at the middle, I don't know what will be.
Let's see what Coach Olson has. He sends 3 receivers to the right. Sends Zanfrelli to the left. He's got Hopkins to Latosic's right. They hand off to him. And he is hit by Gimblett, but not until he picks up the first down.
Now, the other thing that they could have done that time is they could have taken a shot downfield because they still would have a 4th and short if there were no penalties. But he wants to get the first down. He got it. He's controlling the ball. 6:20 left to go in the first half. No score.
So the ball's on the 30-yard line of the Panthers. Latosic with the fake, handoff to Hopkins. Got through the line, tackled by Cannell, 55. But a gain of 7, going to bring up a 2nd down and 3.
Having a little bit of a problem with the exchange there. The center snap seems to be very high a lot of times. Tosic's pretty athletic. He's a pretty good-sized kid. He's getting up there and getting it, but he might not get them all. At some point, one might go over his head.
And we got a timeout on the field with 5:26 to go in the first half. No score, but Millis driving. We'll take a break. All right, 2nd down and 3 for the Mohawks. Ball is on the 23-yard line, just outside the red zone, but definitely 4-down territory, as you pointed out, Jay. Latosic with the quick fake down the middle. Intended for Adams, incomplete. So 3rd down and 3 for the Mohawks. Hopkins just to Latosic's left right now. 3 receivers to Latosic's right. Now he moves Hopkins to his right. Here come the Panthers with a blitz. Latosic puts it up. Intended from Zanfrelli, but overthrown, incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down and 3, Jay.
Well, that was an excellent blitz by Holliston, and they were able to get in there. I didn't quite see, was number 17 who got in there?
That's Keast. Sean Keast, the sophomore.
And he got in there so quickly that Latosic had to throw the ball and overthrow it. He didn't have time to set up for the play. Latosic wanted an extra second there. If he had it, it might have been a problem for Holliston, but he never got it because Keast came in and did a great job on his blitz.
Same formation, 3 receivers to the right. They go to Hopkins in the flat. And it's incomplete. And the Mohawks, after driving the ball from their own 10-yard line, turn it over on downs to the Panthers at the 23-yard line. So both defenses hold when they get in the red zone, Jay.
Yeah, nice job by the Holliston defense, especially on those blitzes. They did a nice job because right there it was the same type of a thing where I think he still wanted another half second because I think the receiver didn't get a chance to come around and look. And I think as he turned, the ball was coming in, and I think that's probably why he dropped it. It wasn't a bad pass, but it was just dropped, and I think he might not have been ready for it. So Holliston goes back on the offense.
Benko in at quarterback. 3 receivers to his right. Brings Nash in motion. Handoff to him on the jet play. And Nash just keeps that motor running. And he's got Green in front of him and a blocker. Jake Armstrong and leading the play. And he will go. Touchdown, Panthers!
Not catching Mikey Nash. You're not going to catch him. Sorry, folks. You're just not going to catch him. He's too fast.
Mike Nash, 77 yards around the left end, and he just blazed up the field.
He did, but he got, and I didn't see who because we're not as high as we normally are. We're kind of low down here. I didn't see it, but somebody on this outside, might either a tackle or an end, made a tremendous block and pancaked somebody down here and allowed Mike to cut up through. And Mike is so not just fast but very quick, great balance, and he was able to carry that run out.
And the extra point attempt is no good. But with 4:54 to go in the first half, the Panthers are on the board first and lead Millis 6-0.
Well, we talked about it in the beginning of the game. I said it was going to be the classic matchup of kind of big, strong brute strength against, although Holliston, I keep saying, does have that ability too. But it's the speed of Holliston, and Millis can't match that speed of Holliston. And Mike Nash got out there, and at that point it was all over.
Well, the Panthers and Holliston and Millis have a long history going all the way back to 1924, October 11th.
I remember
Ken
that.
Dunn, in his great book, The Holliston Panther Football History, just amazing 90-plus year history, these two teams. This is the 63rd meeting of Holliston and Millis. The series record, Holliston 36 wins, Millis 25 wins, and 1 tie. Kick by Holliston, taken by Hillier.
Oh, what a
and
great
a
tackle.
great job by number 9.
Oh.
Number 9 is senior Ben Wolf.
Whoa, baby.
He came flying up the field, maybe as fast as Mike Nash, and just a great tackle on Hilliard.
Excellent job. One of the things that you always watch after a big run or a great play that the offense of Holliston had, sometimes that kick return kind of comes back a little bit longer than that and takes the steam back out of Holliston, but not in that case. What a great job by Wolf.
So the Mohawks will start back on their own 20-yard line after the Nash touchdown. Letosic with the handoff to Hopkins. He's hit by number 10, Anthony DeZindelet, number 24, Mitch Gimblett. Gain of 5, second down and 5 for Millis.
4:27 left to go in this first half. Holliston up 6-0.
Letosic looks over the defense, looks to his left, fires left deep. He's got one-on-one coverage, but Adams can't hold on to the ball.
That was a beautiful pass. He threw that ball a long way, kind of even semi across the field, and he put the ball right in the receiver's hand. Unfortunately, the receiver dropped it, but fortunately for us, I guess. But that pass was beautiful. I mean,
that was probably 50 yards in the air, Jay.
Yeah, that was really something. And he put it right there where the only person that could catch it was his receiver.
Well, nice job by number 1. That's Cam Lamont on the coverage. He was right there But it was a beautiful ball. 2nd down and 10. They throw it out in the flat. Catch and a nice run after the catch by Adams. And he picks up a 1st down as he crosses the 35 to the 37-yard line. Or 36.
Got to get that pressure. You have to get pressure on Letosic. You can't let him stay there. Now, when they've gotten the pressure on him, Holliston, Letosic really hasn't been able to throw that well, but they got to keep it on all the time.
Hand off to Hopkins. Jumps one defender and then takes a big hit. And he's down. Well, Hopkins jumps back right back up. I think the players know when there was a big hit, and that was a heavy hit.
Yeah, that was a really good hit. But I also think that it almost looked like one of his players was involved in that too. I couldn't see. I just saw a couple of white shirts flying up in the air there. But.
Well, Hopkins with a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. We're down to 3 minutes and 13 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the clock is stopped.
Must have been a timeout because he was taken by Millis.
All right, as you said, Tom, 3:13 left to go in the first half.
So 2nd and 7 for the Mohawks. They've got 3 receivers to the short side of the field.
Little mix-up here by the Holliston defense.
Letosic looks left, though. Pass to number 22, Alex Olmstead. And he picks up a 1st down. So Millis with the ball at their own 48-yard line. Put together a nice little drive starting at their own 20.
Clock keeps running here. It's 2:50 left to go in the first half.
And we got a timeout on the field, and we'll take a quick break. All right, 1st and 10 for Millis. With 2:37 to go here in the first half, Panthers leading 6-0. 3 receivers to Letosic's right. Puts Zonfrelli in motion, looks back to the right. Caught by Hillier. And he gets swarmed under for a loss. And a flag flies behind the play. So we get a dead ball foul. Not sure.
Unsportsmanlike conduct? Is that what it is?
And it's going to be against Millis. So you got 1st down and 10, Jay, at your own 47-yard line with 2 minutes to go. You have a play that gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then you do something like this. Now you're back 15.
Yeah,
it's going to be 2nd and 25.
And you had about 30 seconds run off the clock because of that play. But by the way, speaking of that play, nice pressure on Letosic again, you know, and that forced the quick pass behind the line of scrimmage, and Holliston was able to react to it.
So empty backfield now on 2nd and 25. 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, 2 to the short. Panthers come on a blitz. Letosic lays it up in a one-on-one coverage.
Oh, that
Seymour was there the whole time. That was almost offensive pass interference.
That should have been. You can't climb on the guy's shoulders like that. I don't care what you're trying to do.
Yeah, Zonfrelli got a piece of Seymour's shoulder pads there.
Now, big 3rd down here. If they don't get this 1st down or they don't get a lot of yardage here, you're going to see Coach Kiley call a timeout and get this ball back again. Big 3rd down here for Millis. And, you almost got to pass the ball because if you don't get it out of here, it's going to be a tough punting situation.
This time, empty backfield, 3 receivers to the short side of the field for Millis. High snap. Latosic pulls it down, lets it fly, looking for Adams, incomplete. Just a step or two over his head. Good coverage there by Mitch Gimblett.
Well, good coverage, but the other thing is, more importantly for Holliston, that stops the clock. It ran about 4 or 5 seconds off the clock there, and Holliston didn't have to use a timeout, and now they get an opportunity where you get, is it Seymour and Nash back here, and they're going to kick they're going to have to punt the ball, and this is really playing well into Holliston's hand right now.
Well, Holliston loves this running their 2-minute offense. And they're going to have a minute 30 or so to work with. Seymour with a big return. There was a block in the back last time, but low snap. Brooks's kick is strong. Nash takes it at the 30-yard line. He picks up some speed as he heads toward the Millis side. Now cuts his way back.
Oh, is he exciting.
And a nice job by the Panthers on a clean block there. But that was a 10-20. That was a 37-yard return.
Well, Mikey Nash right there, and he almost got caught after about 10 yards, and he just broke the tackle because he keeps pounding those legs, pounding and pounding.
We got a timeout, and we're going to take a quick break. Okay, out of that timeout, Panthers 1st and 10 on the Millis 43. They've got a minute 24 to work with, Jay.
Well, that's plenty of time.
Benko on the draw, runs into some traffic, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and Holliston forced to take a timeout, and we'll take a break. All right, 2nd down and 11 for Holliston. Ibbotson steps to Benko's right. Benko rolls right, steps up, fires, complete to Armstrong. Armstrong's got a 1st down and more.
Yeah, did he get out of bounds? It will stop the clock anyway for the 1st down. 1:06 left to go in the half. But he might have gotten out of bounds there.
Looks like the ball's down to the 25-yard line.
Oh, and they're running the clock up, so he did not get out of bounds.
So clock running with a minute to go here in the 1st half. Benko rolls left, slices his way through traffic, picks up a couple of yards before taking a hit.
Ball was out.
Let's see what happens with the ball hit the ground, but the referee has made no signal.
Well, it looks like Holliston.
And it's going to be Holliston ball. So 43 seconds. And Holliston's going to take a quick timeout, and we'll take a break. All right, Coach Kiley want to talk it over with Ryan Benko. 2nd down and 6. 43 seconds to go in the 1st half. Panthers leading 6-0. Benko drops back, got pressure, keeps rolling right, finds some green in front of the Mohawk bench. Thrown out of bounds. Looks like he might have picked up a couple more yards. Let's see where they mark it.
Boy, he's pretty close.
But he stopped the clock with 34 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Looks like 3rd down and a long 2. So Nash and Quinn to the left of the formation. Armstrong to the right. Benko looks left. Gets away from the blitz. Throws. Incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th down and 3. Stops the clock with 26 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Well, the thing is, Tom, right here, you got to get that 1st down. Now, by getting that 1st down, the clock will stop. If you want to then save time, you can come up quickly and spike the ball and get some time, unless they have another timeout left. But the big thing here is you want to get this first down. You do not have to score a touchdown here.
So 4th down and 3. Ball looks like it's around the 15-yard line. Armstrong to the right. Seymour in the right slot. Nash split wide left with Quinn in the slot. Here comes the blitz. Benko rolls, fires right at the first down marker, and we've got a catch. Mike Nash with the catch, and a first down stops the clock while they move the chains. 19 seconds to go in the first half. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Panthers. And we got a timeout, Millis. So with 13 seconds to go, we're going to stay right here. 13 seconds to go, Jay. You got 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line.
Well, we saw a few passing league games, the games we went to, and one of the things that I noticed about him, and I think we talked about this a little bit at one of those games, was that he has a good, Ryan Benko has a good capability of rolling to his left and throwing the ball. So normally he obviously he's right-handed, he wanted to go to his right, but I felt very good about that wide left side because they're going to go to his tendency, which is his right. They overloaded that right side, left it out here with, I think it might have been Mike Nash or somebody was out here by themselves.
Yep.
And where he was able to come to his left and throw the ball to his left that well, that's something that just doesn't come naturally. He practiced and practiced and practiced that all summer, and here it is paying off in the first half of the first game.
So Nash and Seymour to the right. Armstrong and Seymour to the right, Nash to the left. Benko looks left, fires on a slant play. Incomplete. Intended there for, I think that was Quinn. No, that was that was Nash. So 2nd down and goal from the 9 with 9 seconds to go. Panthers still going to have a chance, at least 2 shots to the end zone.
And again, I like that he bounced. He stays in the pocket. He bounces a little bit, but Ryan Benko, but he stays in the pocket. He bounces and wait for that play to get open. Mikey did get open there, and he was able to throw the ball. It just was an incompletion.
Now they're going to put Nash to the right, bring Seymour to the left with Quinn. They bring Quinn across to the right. Throw to the corner of the end zone. Caught! Jake Armstrong, touchdown, Panthers! And with 3 seconds to go in the first half, the Panthers score again.
Oh, plenty of time. I told you had plenty of time with one foot. Very nicely done. I'm sure they'll go for 2 here. Holliston will probably go for 2 to get the score up to 14, but very nicely done. Really well done by the line gave Mike some good protection. Brian some good protection. Ryan did a nice job. His blockers did a nice job. The receivers did a nice job, and the whole ball club does a nice job, including the coaching staff on time management there. Very well done.
So the Panthers up 12-0 with 3 seconds to go as they line up for a 2-point conversion. 3 receivers to the right. Ibbotson steps up to his left. Seymour comes in closer to a tight end spot, puts his hand in the dirt. Here comes Quinn across the formation, fake to him. Benko tries to make it himself, cuts it up. But the Mohawks snuff out that attempt. It is no good. But the Panthers, with the drive, started back on their own 30-yard line and were able to drive it down and score with 3 seconds to go. I tell you, Jay, I know this team's just starting to find its mojo. They look pretty good on that drive.
Well, they did, and again, it's going to take a long time. That offensive line it's a good group of kids. They're close. They play well together. And they're very fast. And, what that will do is that will allow these guys to pull a lot. We talked to Coach Perry about this. When they can pull a lot, that gives those the blockers on the edge 2 or 3 more blockers along with your receivers. And that's going to open it up for the Mike Nashes and the Seymours and the real fast kids. And that's what happens here. They're going to keep testing those edges. I'm not sure the Mohawks are going to be able to close them down out there. By the way, that all started with a great return on a punt by
Mike Nash with the
Nash.
return. Yeah. So number 44, Connor Mulvaney with the kick. Line drive, but we got a whistle. I don't think all the referees were ready. So they're going to do it over again. You know, Jay, great pedigree. These two teams, each of the last 4 years, these teams have been in their respective divisional sectional finals 4 straight years.
Yeah, and this is the one year, I believe, this is the first year that Hopedale's Millis is doing it without Hopedale, right?
That's true, Jay. Yes, now that 8-year co-op is over.
And that worked out wonderfully for both towns. I was so happy when they did that because you don't want either of those towns to give up football.
Well, and Hopedale is now part of the Blackstone Millville program. Squib kick taken and downed right away. And so they let the 3 seconds run off the clock. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half. So a battle through the first quarter. Panthers score twice in the second quarter and head into the locker room with a 12-0 lead over the Millis Mohawks. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment. All right, now Los in the halftime lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. Panthers leading it at the half with a score of 12-0 over the Millis Mohawks. Panthers with the lead and, deservedly so based off the stat sheet so far through one half. 212 yards of total offense for the Panthers, 92 yards for Millis. A lot of that having to do with Holliston basically taking over the first quarter in terms of time of possession. They just didn't let the Mohawks do anything on offense. 69 yards passing for the Panthers, 143 yards rushing, 57 yards passing, 35 yards rushing for the Mohawks. Quarterback Ryan Benko, 6 of 12 for 49 yards, including 1 touchdown to Jake Armstrong there at the end of the first half. Leading rusher for the Panthers is Michael Nash. He has 92 yards, including that really electric 77-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. Leading receivers for the Panthers are Jake Armstrong, who has the touchdown, Michael Nash, and Brad Seymour. Defensively for the Panthers, Alex Kelly is leading all tacklers. He's got 3 recorded tackles. Mitchell Gimblett, he's got 2 pass breakups, doing a good job in the defensive secondary. For the Millis Mohawks, Bryce Latosik is 7 of 16 for 57 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher for the Mohawks is Kurt Hopkins. He's got 39 yards on 8 carries. For more stats and information on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us on Twitter at HCAT Football, and that's the lowdown.
All right, your scoring summary in the first half. Panthers with 2 touchdowns in the second quarter. Mike Nash, 77-yarder. And then Ryan Benko to Jake Armstrong, a 9-yard touchdown with 3 seconds left in the first half. 12-0 Panthers. And Holliston getting ready to kick off to Millis to start the second half. I was talking to people at halftime how this Millis team is a ranked team. All the rankings that have come out, except for the preseason, except for the Boston Globe, have Millis as a ranked team. Holliston's kick to Hillier back at the 10. Good coverage by Holliston. And Millis is going to take over in, close to their 25, 26-yard line.
Well, you come out of a state championship and you return 18 starters and most of your skill guys, and some other guys you get some big guys and a lot of experience and everything. And yeah, of course you're going to, they should be ranked.
And Holliston was ranked. Inside the Huddle ranked Holliston 18 and Millis 25. Danny V had both teams as the number 1 team in their division.
And we'll talk about that division that Holliston is in because it's incredibly tough.
So Millis 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Latosik looking deep for Zonfrelli. And good coverage there by number 8, Brad Seymour.
Yeah, what happened
step
there?
for step.
Well, Latosic put that ball way too high, and that was the type of ball that a lot of times does get intercepted, and Brad Seymour played that perfectly, came down and almost had the pick there.
And Gimblett was there as well, 24.
Yeah, absolutely, they had double coverage.
So bad decision really by Latosic throwing into the double coverage. Holliston could use a pick to turn around the beginning of this second half. Millis has a receiver with Nash on an island out here, but they hand off to Hopkins inside, and he is covered up. Number 51 is, David Harding.
One of the
sophomore made the tackle.
One of the things that's great about football is you get to second guess a lot of people and this and that. We talk about this a lot, and they were riding Hopkins there for a while, and he was doing very well. And then all of a sudden they turned away from him and started throwing the ball again. So I'm not sure if there was a reason for that or if this just happened that way. But Hopkins was brought them downfield pretty well for a while there.
3rd and 8 for Millis. Latosic fires across the middle, incomplete, intended for Zonfrelli. And that's going to bring up a 4th down that should force Millis to punt.
And once again, Latosic a little high on the pass there. That's a release issue. That's a release point issue. And if the one thing you really don't want to be in football is high on the pass, because you put that ball over that over your player's head, you don't give him any chance. And a lot of times you don't give him any chance. The guy you do give a chance to is the defender.
That's where the safeties play. Brad Seymour, number 8, back as the lone kick returner for Holliston. Oh, and the snap way over the head
That's going to be a safety.
Brooks, and
That's
it's
gonna be
loose.
A safety. That'll be a safety.
I don't think it went in the end zone. And we got a flag thrown right after the play. It's going to be Holliston ball deep in Millis territory. Question is, what happens with the penalty? Holliston doesn't look too happy. Referees are talking it over.
That was really, all night long. I don't know if it's the same.
Well,
it's a long
you
snap
had
at the
said
same
it,
center.
yeah.
And I said, Latosic, but of course, Latosic is a big,
Here's the signal. There was some sort of procedure penalty against Millis.
maybe a delay of game. If he threw the ball out after he fell on it.
Oh,
it was
because
a
he
delay
thought he
of
was going to
game.
be in the end zone.
Yeah, if he did that, that might have been a delay of game. But the point is that Latosic is, the snap has been high all game. I don't know if it's the same center who does the long snapping, but Holliston's going to have some
So the
tremendous field
penalties
position.
declined. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. So what a break for the Panthers. And they line up for war. Norton in at the quarterback spot. And they give it to Armstrong off the right side. He falls forward. Touchdown, Panthers! Jake Armstrong with his second touchdown of the game at 9:47 of the third quarter. Panthers go up 18-0.
Well, the key there is not just the score, it's the number of possessions that it's going to take Millis to get back in this ball game. And their offense, even though they do throw the ball a lot, their offense is really geared off of running. And, it takes a lot of time to run the ball. So it might start taking them a little bit out of their rhythm in the running and might force them to pass more. And Holliston, when they're putting pressure on Latosic, has done very well defending against the pass.
Armstrong, Quinn, and Nash to the right. Ibbotson steps up to Benko's left. High snap. Benko down with it. He's in a lot of trouble in the backfield as Millis blew that play up, and the attempt is no good. So 18-0 Panthers as they take advantage of the bad snap by Millis on the punt. So a good sequence there, though, to start the second half, Jay, with a quick 3-and-out. And then the bad snap on the punt.
Yeah, really good defense by Holliston, and then they were able to score quickly. Now, the only thing the advantage that Millis can look at here is Holliston didn't get the ball and march downfield and take 6 or 7 minutes off the clock. They were able to do it quickly. So there's still 9:40. So there's 20 minutes left in this ball game for Millis. So there's plenty of time for them. But boy, oh boy, you don't want to give Holliston an opportunity like that.
Well, especially, Jay, going in the locker room, Millis being down 12-0, you're getting the ball to start the second half. That's the time you script out those first couple of plays that you really think are going to work, and Holliston able to neutralize them. Long kick by Mulvaney. Hillier forced out of bounds or tackled close to the sideline, just over the 30-yard line. See where they put the ball. And we got a timeout, so we'll take a break. All right, so 1st and 10, Millis. Ball's on their own 32-yard line, 31-yard line. Hillier was okay. 9:39 to go here in the third quarter. Holliston going to see if they can stop Millis for another quick 3 and out. Latosic with the fake handoff to Hopkins. He's up the middle and close to a first down at the 40.
And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, where you see him doing so well, and then, of course, he's just a kid too. I mean, you can't use him all the time, but you kind of move the ball, and then you kind of go away from that and start throwing the ball.
So 2nd down and 1 for Millis. Fake handoff into the flat, quick tackle. Nice job by Seymour.
$8:50 left to go in the third quarter. Holliston up 18-0.
So no gain on the play, 3rd down and 1. That play had worked for 5 to 10 yards the last couple of times Millis had run it. Handoff to Brooks on the jet play. Up comes Gimblett, and a big tackle there by Seymour. And a nice job there by Mitch Gimblett, who blew up that play. And we got a timeout on the field, and we're going to take a quick break. Holliston player Mike Nash with a cramp.
Well,
4th down and 5, though, Jay. Let's see what Millis is going to do.
That play was, by the way, played perfectly. The great contain, and the safety came up and made the tackle.
Brooks back to punt. Strong snap. Flag flies.
2 of them.
And the Millis kick takes a Mohawk roll inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. But we got a couple of flags on the play. If it's against Holliston, it could be a first down for Millis.
Well, there's 2 of them there. There's a downfield flag, too. I didn't see quite what happened, but I saw 2 players come off, a Holliston and Millis player, and they were kind of tapping each other on the back like, oh, that's all right. So I don't know who hit who.
Against Holliston. Referee pointed towards Holliston. So they're going to step it off. It's going to be short of a first down. I think that's what the referees have determined. It's going to be.
No, they're giving the first down.
It looks like it's going to be a yard short.
Oh, he's pointing as if it was a first down there, but.
Oh, now they've moved the marker. They're going to come out for a measurement. So all sorts of referee excitement. Almost as good as Sheldon Cooper's fun with flags. So 4th and an inch on the Millis 47-yard line. Decision time for Coach Olson.
I hate these plays on defense, and I'll tell you why. Because these are the type of plays where everyone kind of bunches in to prevent that run and somebody breaks through. I hate when that happens. So Holliston's got to really kind of play this straight. Worst thing that happens is they get a first down and pick up a yard and get a first down, and that's all right. But don't let them get that big gainer off of this.
We have seen that happen many times, Jay. So 4th and inches. Latosic in the shotgun. Hands off to Hopkins, but he's hit. He gets forward, though. Almost broke out of a tackle, but has a first down into Panther territory at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, those plays are so dangerous. I really, you want to stop them. You want to get the ball back. You don't want to give them the inch. But, boy, it's something. It's every level I've seen that. Every level you see that with those short plays, and they turn into long gainers.
Except for the Patriots last night. But Hopkins initially did have his forward momentum stopped. He spun off the backside of that pile. Kept the legs moving.
7 minutes left to go in the third. 18-0 Holliston.
Latosic looks right. Fires. Complete. P.J. Adams with the catch. He's got another first down for the Mohawks. And they're going to mark that at the 26-yard line. So gain of 13 on the play. So a bit of a break for the Millis Mohawks on that penalty on 4th and 5. Latosic looks to the wide side of the field, hits Hillier. He spins after the hit. Maybe a gain of 6 or 7.
That's a nice play. It takes a little bit of time to develop, but that's a really nice play getting out there. And Hillier gets out there, and looks like we're going to have another timeout on the field here.
So we'll take a break. So 2nd down and 3. Hillier, after a cramp, stretched that out and hits the sidelines. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Panthers up 18-0. But Millis just on the edge of the red zone. Latosic with 3 receivers to his left, looks back right into double coverage. And we got a flag in the end zone. That one's going to be against Holliston.
Yeah, and now in high school ball, and in the pros, that would be in the end zone. That would be a ball at the 1. They don't do that in high school ball. You get the penalty, and it'll probably be like a half the distance penalty.
But it'll be a first down for Millis. Let's see if it's a 1st and goal. So 5:39 to go in the third quarter. Holliston with the quick score here to start the second half after the bad snap by Millis. And it is going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. See if Millis goes to Hopkins. Here so close to the goal line. Hopkins to Latosic's left. Fake on the jet play. Turns around to Hopkins.
Well, Holliston answered on that one.
And a big hit. Number 75, Riley McGettigan. Stopped Hopkins for no gain. They tried that little jet play delay handoff a couple of times. It's worked. But Holliston snuffed that out that time. Scott Elliott, number 72, checked in for Holliston next to McGettigan. So Holliston putting some size up front. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Clock winds again. 5:12 left to go. Third quarter.
Adams and Brooks to the left.
Yeah,
Olmstead and Sonfrelli to the right.
Right, watch that little play out to the left-hand side.
Latosic takes a step, fires on the slant. Incomplete. That got tipped. Big hit by Scott Elliott in there. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
You know, Scott is one of the top offensive linemen probably in the state. And, you know, these coaches say, you can go play some defense. Oh, you know he's going to get in there and hit somebody.
Soloria, number 54, checks in for Holliston.
Holliston also had a nice blitz package on that time. And ironically enough, if the player had just lifted his hands up a little bit, he might have deflected that ball.
So 3 receivers to the left of the formation, 1 to the right. Hopkins to Latosic's left. He looks back and tries a fade pattern to Olmstead, and he caught it, but out of bounds. So incomplete, 4th down and goal from the 5. That's the play the Panthers were able to execute. Armstrong doing a good job driving in towards the goalpost before he cut back out to give himself some room to catch the ball there. And Benko really made that nice one just before the half. Nice pass. But 4th down and 5. See if the Panther D can hold here.
Well, Olson's going to talk about this with his team over there. With 4:48 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Timeout, Millis.
We'll take a break. All right, Latosic gets the information from Coach Olson. Calls the play in the huddle. 4:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4th and 5. See if the Panthers can come up with a big stop. 3 receivers to the left.
Right, and watch Latosic on this. He might take it himself.
Latosic rolls left. Throws. Caught. Touchdown, Millis. P.J. Adams with the catch. Puts Millis on the board, and it's 18-6. Well, Millis took advantage of that penalty against Holliston.
Yeah, that hurts too on a punt. I mean, I know you want to get in there and block it if you can. You get all excited and everything, but out of all the plays on a punt play, you know, you really should at least let the ball get snapped before you go. There's no need to be over anxious on a punt.
And the kick by Brooks is up and good. So the Holliston lead is 11 as they lead the Mohawks 18-7.
And that's why that big touchdown they gave Holliston at the beginning of the 3rd quarter on the snap punt, the snap center on the punt, it's huge because that 3 possession lead is really big in a game like this. You know, if Holliston can come back now with 4:41 left to go in the 3rd and score again, that's going to put incredible pressure on the Millis offense.
And really, Jay, the Holliston offense has only been on the field for 1 play, right? Well, and the extra point.
Yep.
Here in the 2nd half, so I'm sure Ryan Benko is anxious to get back on the field and take some of their halftime adjustments and show Millis what the Panthers have up their sleeve. Brooks' kick bounces around. Seymour forced to cover it up. Back at the 16-yard line, so not good field position for Holliston here to start the 2nd half.
Well, this is a time Holliston, you know, obviously you want to score any way you can, but the nice way to score it is methodically taking it downfield, take a bunch of time off the clock and score. But at this point, we'll take whatever they give us, right?
Right.
18-7, Holliston up by 11 with 4:39 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
So Benko with Ibbotson to his left. They hand off to number 32. but he is thrown down for a loss. And the Millis defense has really taken away that running game of the Panthers between the tackles.
You're absolutely. I was just going to say that in the middle of the field, in the middle of the line, they've kind of taken that away, and it's just because they have the strength to play them even on the line, so they're able to do that. But once Holliston can break that line, break outside those tackles, then they're the ones that are in control.
Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13. Benko looks downfield. He's got some room. He's going to take it himself. Nice downfield block by Topher Ryan. And Benko's out of bounds to stop the clock, but let's see if he's got the first down. Well, we got a timeout on the field, so we'll take a break. All right, looks like we had another cramp. Players off the field safely. But the ball's at the Panther 30-yard line. Benko scrambling for the first down on 2nd and 13. There's that athleticism and speed. Good decision there by the senior quarterback.
Plus, it gives his team a little bit more room to maneuver.
And they hand off again to Ibbotson, but again, big surge by the Mohawks and a loss of 1 on the play.
And what they're doing, what the Mohawks are doing, is they're doing this coming forward. Now, if they were going after the ball, coming across the field, going after the ball, in order to prevent them from doing that, you could run right at them. But running right at them here isn't going to work right now. At least it's not working.
So 2nd down and 11 for the Panthers. Benko looks left, fires. He's got Quinn behind the defense, and he's gonna go in for a score. Touchdown, Panthers! Kevin Quinn, number 6, with a 71-yard spectacular throw from Ryan Benko, his 2nd touchdown of the game.
That was a beautiful throw. What a nice tight spiral, and Quinn just wouldn't give up. He kept running downfield, and the ball finally reached him, and the defender kind of jumped up. He thought he was going to be able to tip it, but he wasn't. Once Kevin caught the ball, it was all over. Nice job. Big score. Big score for Holliston right there.
Well, that's how you answer a touchdown, with a touchdown of your own. Panthers pinned down inside their own 20-yard line, but the Benko scramble proving big to give them a little breathing room, and then a great connection there. Good spiral from number 4.
Now they really need to get one of these in. Going for 2.
Benko with Nash in motion, handoff to him. He tries to cut it in, but he is going to be short, and the 2-point attempt is no good. But with 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, the Panthers lead 24-7. You know, you talked about the 2-point conversion not working. Last year, Jay, the Panthers were 71%, 25 of 35 attempts on 2-point conversions.
Well, and you know, if you're gonna do it, I mean, it's such an important part of the game, because when you're talking possessions and scoring touchdown for touchdown, you know, if that other team now, like right now, if Millis scores 3 more touchdowns, each team will have scored 4 touchdowns, but Millis will win the game. So
right.
you have to get those conversions. I'm sure that's something that the coaching staff will be working on before the Lincoln Sudbury game next week.
But we're back to a 3-possession game right now at 24-7. Line drive kick by Mulvaney, taken on a hop by the Millis returner. Couple of pops there in the middle. And it looked like O'Connell, number 7, was the one that came up with the tackle.
We were watching before the game, you know, the teams out there practicing a little bit, and of course there was one of the quarterbacks. You never hit the quarterback in practice, right? And somebody, I think it might have been Riley McGettigan, came across the line and popped the quarterback. And old Coach Perry, he just said, "Oh, that's no big deal. They're just getting ready to play." And that's what you like to see. And nice, hard, but very clean hitting.
So Millis with the ball on their own 30. 2 minutes and 52 seconds to go in the third quarter. See if the Holliston defense can shut them down as they're probably in 4-down territory right now. Handoff to Hopkins. Nice little burst across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Now, what the way this is run in the past is, get the first
Tackle
down
by Keast.
The first down they give to Hopkins, and then they start throwing the ball. Let's see if they continue with that process.
17 Keast on the tackle. Number 44, Connor Mulvaney, checks in at middle linebacker. Second down and 4 for Millis. Latosic fires to his left. Good coverage by Seymour.
Oh, that's great coverage by Seymour, and he wouldn't let him out of his sight. And the only one who could have caught that ball, although it was too overthrown, would have been Brad Seymour. Very nice coverage by Brad.
Seen a lot of substitutions here by the Panthers, keeping their backs and their line fresh.
And that is the advantage that they have here. Now, I kind of got the word, and I don't know how, we haven't figured this out for sure, that unless they get the numbers out, Millis might be all done with football next year. So they got to get numbers over there, and they got to get these kids ready to play at the varsity level.
Handoff to Hopkins. Tackle by number 44, Mulvaney.
2 minutes left
But he's got a first down as there's 2 minutes, like you're going to say, 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Ball's at their own 41. Holliston forcing Millis to keep a little ground and pound going, which chews up the clock. Still plenty of time left. Latosic looks right and then throws a duck.
Whoa, he was very
incomplete.
Lucky. Very lucky. That's the type of pass that gets intercepted, and if it did, there was nobody in front of him.
Well, he double pumped on that and then let go of it, and maybe he wasn't even sure on that one whether he should try to sneak it in there.
And, once again, I said this a little earlier in the third quarter, but also this last time that Holliston hit the ball, they made the one first down, then they hit the long touchdown. So they haven't eaten a lot of clock yet. This has been a quarter where Millis has really had a lot of the ball control, but Holliston has more points.
That's interesting, Jay. We talked about Holliston dominating time of possession in the first half. Hopkins off the left side. Nice job by Seymour to come up and make that hit. Brad Seymour coming up from his safety spot to take down Hopkins, but a gain of 8 on the play brings up a third down and 2, long 2.
Now this is where you might see a pass right here because he can run on the fourth down if need be.
Latosic rolls right. Fires, incomplete, intended for Hopkins. And that brings up a fourth down. I'm going to call a 4th down and 3.
Right, yeah, and they got to
go. Not a gimme.
They have to go for it here. They can't give Holliston a free possession here and not have at least the opportunity to score.
And we got another player cramping up. Sort of had a crampapalooza here tonight, but that's not unlike other first nights that we've seen.
Yeah,
Jay,
you see it at all levels. Again, it's something you see at all levels. In that first game, and this is a long time to play. These guys don't. Even in the scrimmages, they play, they rest. The other guys come in and out and whatever they do. But this is where you get the kids who are playing the whole game, playing that whole game. and they're just not prepared enough for it. The body's not prepared enough for it. The other thing is you got to drink. You got to have your
here in the
water.
booth. This being our 11th season together, I mean we're plenty hydrated.
Yeah,
don't want to cramp up late in the game.
No, not us. The cramp of a jaw would be
tremendous. 4th down and 3. Letosic's going to throw. He's forced out of the pocket, pulls it down, reaches forward. I don't think he got it. He put the ball down at midfield, which should be a yard short. He had to get to the 49 of Holliston.
Yeah, right
and
here.
He reached forward. It looked like the ball went right down on the stripe.
This is going to be very, very close. If he's on the stripe, it is not a first down.
Well, and speaking of cramping up, we know we got Holliston's Bill Mayer out there, helping the chain gang tonight, and we saw him running laps.
Yeah, that's why he's in shape. See him running out there?
Right.
Look at him. Looks like a kid.
Well, that was during the scrimmage.
Yeah.
And some problem with the chain gang. Coach Kiley sent him and told him to take a lap around the field. But it's paying off tonight.
Oh, they did not get it.
Wow, is that close? But that is a no, and that was 4th down, and it's going to be Panther ball right at midfield with 31 seconds to go in the third quarter. Panthers have a chance to really put this game in a tough spot for Millis.
Tom, the game's kind of going, and we're talking along, and everything's going fine, and Holliston's from 24 points. This Holliston defense is really playing well. I mean, this is a really good, talented team that they're playing. Good quarterback, good solid running back, nice set of receivers, and a really good offensive line. And this defense is really responding. Now, and those 7 points are really the only, even in the Framingham game, nobody scored on our first team. So this defense is really starting to come together.
That's a really good point, Jay. This is the first game of the season, first time, wearing the Panther colors when it really, really counts, and the team's coming together. They hand off to Ibbotson. This time, he busts across midfield and with a gain of 6.
Yeah, now I think Coach Kiley let the clock run out on this one on the third quarter. With 17 seconds left. There's no need to run another play here.
Well, glad to see that Holliston line get some positive yards on a first down play between the tackles.
Well, I know you got something for fourth quarter, but before you do that, one of the reasons that they're doing that, I think, Tom, and you had mentioned this earlier, is that with the numbers being so low over there, that at some point, going into the fourth quarter, that's going to start happening. Holliston's going to be taking control on the offensive line will start taking control.
So at the end of the third quarter, the Panthers 24, the Mohawks 7, and it's time for This Week in the Tri-Valley League. Brought to you by Haba. Raising money to support all Panther varsity sports. Get your spirit wear at the concession stand to support Panther Nation today. Well, week 1 in the TVL, Westwood is hosting Pembroke. Medfield is at Dedham, the newest member of the Tri-Valley League. Hopkinton at Wayland. Norton at Medway. Ashland hosts Seekonk for the first time. Bellingham hosts Blackstone, Millville, Hopedale. So Hopedale still playing some Tri-Valley League. And Dover Sherburne at Weston tonight. This is the first of 9 crossover games between the large division and small division. Last year, TVL large teams were 10-2 against the TVL small. And Millis's two regular season losses were both to Holliston and Westwood last year. Holliston hoping to make the point with a third win in a row this year against Millis. Handoff up the middle to Ibbotson. He gets to the line of scrimmage and is thrown down. Well, maybe a gain of 1. So 3rd down and 4 as we start the fourth quarter.
It's obviously way too early to start playing the clock here. So you're not going to do it on purpose, but it certainly would not help you or not hurt you if you've got a couple first downs here by running the ball. Here you're going to see a pass right here.
Seymour in motion Handed off to him on the jet play.
Or a run for a first down.
And Seymour had to get to the 40-yard line, and it looks like he picked up enough for the first down. So that'll move the chains and keep the clock rolling for the Panthers.
Nice call. Certainly fooled me. I thought at that point they'd be throwing the ball, but here we go again. Another 30 seconds or so coming off the clock, and Holliston with another first down.
Westwood leading Pembroke 14-12 in the third quarter after Jake Antonucci touchdown. Thanks, Los. Under 10 minutes to go here in the game. Panthers up 24-7.
Oh,
Fake handoff by Benko.
Great block.
Tucks the ball. Scampers out of bounds, close to a first down.
The running back, I didn't quite catch what
Ibbotson, 32.
Ibbotson was a running back. Okay, what a nice block. Off of that fake, Ibbotson came right in and blocked the guy blitzing in. Very nicely done.
And Benko stops the clock going out of bounds, but picked up 9.5 yards. It's going to be second down and very close to a first down. Good quick feet by Benko. Really using that athleticism. Jay, it's you got to have that poise, but you really got to learn it under fire, and can see Ryan Benko just doing a good job of that tonight. Here he rolls away from the pressure again, tucks the ball, picking up yards. He's got another first down, moves the chains again. And a nice gain. Let's see, that's going to be down inside. Let's see where they mark the ball. Inside the 20.
Now he's getting out there.
It's going to be at the 20-yard line.
He's getting out there and getting to the outside, and hopefully now as he does that, he'll start stepping out of bounds and not get all those hits and everything. But it's a tremendous weapon to have, and it really frustrates a defense. You're playing so well, you stop, you get everybody covered, and boom, there's the quarterback running out around the corner and getting a first down.
So Panthers in the red zone again. Hand off to Ibbotson. The sophomore fights his way inside that Millis defense for a couple of yards.
Yeah, nice job on that one. What he did is Ibbotson waited for his block to open, and that time it did open. A nice job at the left side of that line, and he was able to follow him through.
Gain of 3 on the play. Clock running with 8 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Holliston waiting for the signal, but a little bit of a slowdown. Especially since they're in 4-down territory. This time they bring Quinn across the formation, hand it to Ibbotson.
Oh, nice.
Between
run.
the tackles, he spins backwards. And he's going to be close to a first down. Let's see how many yards they gave him there.
Very nicely done. You're absolutely right. What he did is he turned around. He went to kind of push back because sometimes you feel that force against you when you push him back. He didn't feel the force. If someone had been there, he might have gotten the first down, ironically enough, because he just kind of kept going and going
right.
and fell down in the back
well,
there.
He has taken his licks between the tackles tonight. But it's 3rd down and 2. Nice gain by the sophomore. And the Holliston line providing those, getting a better push against the Mohawks here in the 4th quarter. They fake it to Ibbotson. Benko looks, fires, complete. And nice catch there by, was that Armstrong, number 5, with the catch.
Well, this may be, let's see if this is holding against Holliston, possibly.
And it is against Holliston.
Yeah, that happened on the block, I believe, the block of the back. And the back came in and blocked the blitzer. And I saw them roll around together, and they both went down. I thought the defender blitzing was the one who grabbed the blocker and brought him down, but I guess it didn't happen that way.
So it's going to be 3rd and 11 from the 21 for Holliston. Clock's still rolling. Under 7 minutes to go.
You only need 4 or 5 here because you got to have a 4th down.
Benko on the fake, rolls, looks to the end zone, fires.
Caught.
Nice catch right for the first down. And that's number, I can't get him to turn.
Seymour. It's Brad Seymour,
Number 8, Brad Seymour with the catch. And that was a great pass by Benko. He put a lot of mustard on that one and threw it. I mean, it was just a few feet off the ground, and Seymour went down to make that catch in front of the defender.
Exactly.
And
what
it's going to be 1st and goal.
He threw it with Seymour was the only one who could catch that ball. He threw it down low, like you said, and Seymour came up with it.
So 1st and goal from the 5 for Holliston. Down to 6 minutes to go. I think they hand it off to Ibbotson. Not sure who carried that. Benko on the carry. And it's actually a loss on the play. So it's going to bring up, see where they moved it back to. Looks like it's a loss of 5, so it's going to be 2nd down and 10. 2nd and goal from the 10, excuse me. 5:21 clock running. Ibbotson steps up to Benko's left. They send Quinn in motion. Benko rolls, fires back.
Wow, that play was almost intercepted.
Incomplete. Stops the clock with 5:09 to go.
That's one of the things that on that play, and it might have just been because it's so close to the end zone. There were 2 receivers in the same spot, and they had one guy there covering both of them, and he could have caught the ball either way, the way it looked.
So third down and goal from the 10 for Holliston. Coach Kiley signals in the play. Nash and Quinn to the left. Armstrong to the right. Seymour is to the right. Benko looks left and overthrows Nash on the slant play. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10. Clock stop with 5:04 to go in the game. Holliston been on the doorstep for a number of plays right now.
This will be an interesting call here. This will be something probably out of one of the back pages of the playbook. You know,
we got a timeout, Holliston, so we're going to take a quick break. Yard line, so would have been a little better if that had been incomplete by about 10 yards, but still Millis is going to have 5 minutes to work with, and they're down by 3 touchdowns.
Now the thing is, though, ordinarily you wouldn't have to respect the run here, but with Hopkins, you're probably going to have to respect the run a little bit.
All right, 1st and 10 for Millis. Latosic hands off to Hopkins.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a feel-it-out play. It's like, you know, are they just going to give us everything? Are they going to give us something? Can I get 15 or 20 yards at a clip with that? When they see they can't get that, they can only get 4 or 5 yards, they're not going to keep wasting time doing that. They'll come out of the huddle here, and they'll throw the ball.
And I think Holliston, up by 3 scores, you play aggressive right now.
You come get them.
You don't prevent victory right now.
No, not at all. You come get them.
They hand off to Hopkins again.
I don't get that. I just don't get that. And, you know, again, if he was picking up 15 to 20 yards, that would be
nice
one
hit
thing.
by Canal.
He got the first down, but you're coming up with it's going to be under 4 minutes.
You can't afford 30 seconds of play, Jay.
No, not when you're 3 possessions down.
But, this is where that, not having the depth of, you got to give your guys a break. It's tough to go fast all the time. 3 receivers to Letosic's left. We're down under 4 minutes to go. 3:42, clock running. Letosic hands it off. Nice run there by number 2, Brian Kane.
Well, the other thing is, too, they're going back in the huddle and taking time off the clock here.
Well, we've also seen this, Jay, where this is as fast as Millis can go. Holliston practices, no huddle offense all the time. We notice when they slow down. Other teams just don't have that next gear to go to. We're down to 3 minutes to go. 2nd down and 2. Handoff to Kane. He's got the first down. He's going to move the chains. Clock should stop as they move the chains.
Well, you're picking up a lot of statistics here, running yards, first down, everything. But the statistic you really need is on the scoreboard, and it's really not doing you any favors there with 2 minutes and 40 seconds, under 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go.
So a first down at the 43-yard line of Millis. Holliston digs in. Down to 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go. They hand off to Kane again, but up come the Panthers. And a big hit there. Who was that? That was number 55, John Canal, came up and really delivered a hit on the freshman running back.
Well, so Holliston's going to put this one away in the win column. Big win for them. You come out, you kind of knew what you had, but you weren't really sure until you really get playing in the first game. And they look good. They look good defensively. And the offense had some big plays. Quarterbacking looked fine. I mean, they look ready.
Well, they're playing Millis is a veteran team. These 18 seniors came in with a lot of confidence. Coach Olson with a lot of confidence. This is a well-oiled team the Panthers are playing. They're not playing a normal team, that's just getting together for the first time. Now, we might see that next week up at Lincoln Sudbury.
Yeah.
Coach Lopez graduated 20-some-odd seniors, most of them starters. He feels like he's starting again from scratch. Even I saw a quote saying that he's rebuilding this year. That's interesting to see what we might see up in Lincoln Sudbury, with a team that's just playing together for their second time.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to that game. And for this game tonight, we want to thank our field cameras, Christian Boudet and Steve Hedrick. And, of course, a lovely Lisa up top up here. And Carlos doing a nice job. And
we got a timeout on the field. We'll take a break. So 3rd down and 9 for Millis. 40 seconds to go. Panthers up 24-7. And it was a good fight, but, really Holliston dominating this second half, taking advantage of a couple of Millis mistakes. Hopkins back in the game, but nice tackle there by Harding, 51. Brings up a 4th down, and I'm not sure there's going to be another play. See what Coach Olson does. Whether he sends his senior quarterback out for one more or not.
Well, a good victory for Holliston. They looked really sharp tonight, and they're ready to go. They're ready to go to Lincoln Sudbury and then start.
So the Panthers celebrate with a victory, 24-7, their first win of the 2017 season. Good job on the ground. Good job through the air. And now Luce with the final lowdown.
Thanks, Tom. Panthers wrap this one up with a final score, 24-7 over the Millis Mohawks. Panthers really dominated on the stat sheet tonight in this first game of the regular season. 347 total yards of offense for the Panthers. That's 157 yards passing, 190 yards rushing. Millis Mohawks with 162 yards of total offense, 82 yards passing, 80 yards rushing. So two very balanced offenses from both teams tonight. Individual contributors for the Panthers, Ryan Benko was 7 of 15 for 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception at the quarterback position. He was also one of the leading rushers tonight. He had 62 yards on 10 carries. The leading rusher for the Panthers was Mikey Nash, 92 yards, almost hit the century mark tonight on only 4 carries. He had a long 77-yard touchdown run in the first half. Leading receiver for the Panthers was Kevin Quinn. He had 73 yards receiving, including a really long touchdown reception as well. Brad Seymour, Jake Armstrong checking in with 2 catches as well, along with Mikey Nash. He had 2 catches. Dylan Ibbotson with a catch through the air as well. For Millis, Bryce Latosic, quarterback, was 10 of 27, 82 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Leading rusher for the Mohawks was Kurt Hopkins. He had 88 yards on 15 carries. Touchdown scorer for the Mohawks was P.J. Adams, the receiver. He also had 31 yards to go along with that touchdown. Defensively for the Panthers, leading tackler was Alex Kelly. He recorded 5 tackles, including a pass breakup. Mitchell Giblett, Brad Seymour also had 2 very big pass breakups as well. Cameron Lamont with another big pass breakup. For more stats and information on the Holliston Panthers, you can follow us on Twitter at HCAT Football. That's the lowdown.
Thank you, Los. Great job by the whole HCAT crew. Steve, Christian, Jay, Carlos, Lisa. I'm Tom Emmons from Millis Field. Good night, everybody.